Hey everybody, today I'm going to share with you guys what you're going to encounter being vegan. What you're going to hear most often from your friends, family, basically everybody that you're going to encounter in your life, from waiters, waitresses, people in the supermarket, your professors if you go to school, your fellow staff, and your fellow workers at your job if you work. But I think the biggest thing you're going to hear, and the most common thing you're going to hear, is, well, you're vegan. Where do you get your protein from? I think, um, which is the most common. Most common. People are gonna say, well, you don't even have eggs or milk. Where do you get your protein from? I think a large majority of the people in the world, and definitely in America, they're unaware that there is protein in fruits and vegetables and grains and things like pasta. And you think about, even if you were so concerned about protein, you can have, there's so many different options to get that protein. You can have tofu, you can have beans, you could have rice. I mean, proteins and everything. And the thing is, you don't need that much protein. We're so protein focused here because we've been, especially in America, and it seems like across the world now, everybody's brainwashed that you need to have the protein. You need it every meal. You gotta have the burgers and cheese, and you gotta have the chicken and the ribs and the bacon and the eggs, and end it with a milkshake. It's always the protein. It's never. It seems like no one is satisfied without that. In reality, those things are what's slowing you down. If you're eating those things right now, if you're watching my channel and you're trying to like learn about the vegan, and trying to learn about what vegans would eat, and what's different. The difference is, if you're eating high carb and you're vegan, you're going to have so much energy. All that protein and all the fat that's mixed in with the protein, all the things, the dairy and the meat and everything else, the fat and the protein is what's slowing you down. Too much of that, and it's not ideal for your body. Your body can't, our bodies weren't made to have all that protein. The USDA, they even came out and they said that being vegan can prolong your life expectancy. So just by cutting out the meat and the dairy and the eggs and everything and the fish, just plant-based diet, still having cooked food, you can greatly increase your life expectancy. I don't know who wouldn't want to live longer. It's certain, that's one thing that's certain, we're all going to die, but if we can live a little bit longer, be with our friends and family longer, why wouldn't you want to do those things? For me, it only makes sense to go vegan. And then, the whole ethical part of it, you're helping the earth, you're helping the animals by not eating the animals, you know, and then dairy and eggs and stuff, those animals are going to die too, so you're helping them. Get rid of all that shit. Just cut that shit out and, start being vegan. Um, I think another thing you're going to come across is, that you're not going to get sufficient vitamins and minerals, and you're going to be deficient in so many things. Number one, obviously, was the protein. You're going to have a protein deficiency. There was actually another study, I believe that was in the 80-10-10 book, I read that, but it said that there was a study, and basically people that were fed rice alone or potatoes alone or corn alone, and they concluded that even those people weren't deficient in protein. If you're eating enough calories, especially calories from carbohydrates, you're going to get everything your body needs. If you're eating enough calories of basically, any fruits or vegetables, what you're supposed to get, a day, like a man is whatever, maybe supposed to get like 2,500, 30,000 calories. If you're getting that in, you're not going to be deficient. It's one thing if you're calorie restricting. Of course you're going to have deficiencies. But that's a whole nother story. We're not talking about that. We're talking about eating correctly, eating, eating in abundance, being vegan and being high carb, you can eat abundance of calories from carbohydrate. You don't have to limit ever. You don't have to feel like you binged out, or you don't have to feel bad because what's not used as energy, it's not going to be stored as fat. It's just going to be excreted. You're going to waste it out. It's going to move through you and move through you well. It's not going to be blocking you up like meat does, or the dairy and the cheese and the eggs. All that stuff causes, chronic constipation, and it's linked to all types of diseases, bowel cancers, all types of horrible things. Why would you even want that in your body? And you think about what it is, it's flesh. It's rotting, decomposing flesh, and it's secretions from an animal, or it's the period. The egg is the period of the animal. So, you want to put that in your body? No, you don't. I don't want to put it in my body. I'm not going to put it in my body. Not anymore. And it's really amazing, what you'll hear. People, you're going to be, at school or at work and stuff, and, people say, oh, do you want to get lunch or whatever? And, you'll be friendly, you go out to eat, and they see people, I feel like they notice when you're not eating those things. When you're not having, meat, they're going to automatically notice. When you're sitting there, eating your big bowl of rice and vegetables, they're going to be asking you, why aren't you eating the meat? Well, you can start by telling them because, it's inhumane, it's cruel, and then go along with, the health benefits. You're the one that's doing good for yourself. You're going to lean out. Your body is going to start to look sculpted and, correct. You're going to have energy. Whereas these people that keep eating the meat and the dairy, they're going to be the ones that they don't have energy for nothing. They're going to be there and, let them eat it. Let them keep eating it. But a lot of times, too, when these comments and criticisms come up, don't be afraid to speak your mind. And don't be afraid to, push back. If they're pushing their ideals on you, don't be afraid to, let them know about the benefits that you're getting from it. You don't have to tell them, you don't have to force them or tell them all, the terrible things, but you can tell them, the health benefits and, some of the injustice that occurs, in all those industries. Because at the end of the day, all those animals are dying, So if you can do your part, by going vegan also, you can save like hundreds of animals in just 1 year, And you're also saving animals from the cruelty involved in those industries. Long gone are the times when, it's a real farmer and the cow or the chicken or whatever is happy. That does not happen. Go online, you're on YouTube, go to Peter's channel or whatever, and look that up. Look at, factory farming. That's all there is. It's conglomerates running the show. Small farmers are out of the way. And you think about it, even if the animal lived fine for his life and he lived that great life, at the end of the day, when it was time to, get the meat and the steaks and the ribs and the chicken breasts and all that, the animal has to be killed. Where's the humanity in that? There's none. Even if the animal had a great life, there's no humanity. There's nothing humane about something dying so you can eat. Make the right choice. Make the ethical choice.